Hi everyone, Donna here with Bookkeeping Made Simple, and today I want to talk a little bit about setting realistic expectations for your accounting firm. This applies whether you have an in-house accountant, you've hired a CPA, or you've hired another accounting firm. And I've talked a little bit about the differences between CPAs and regular accountants and what they can do for you in other videos. So I'm not going to go over that again. But I do want to talk about setting reasonable expectations. So let's talk about getting real. As always, if you enjoyed these videos, please like, share, subscribe. That really helps us grow our channel so that we can continue to provide these great videos. Hopefully they're great. So I have yet to meet and a business owner that is really excited about accounting. Typically, they're pretty daunted by it. There's a lot of forms, reports, deadlines, and of course, right now we are in the middle of one of the biggest deadlines of all, which is tax season. 1099s and W-2s have to go out by the end of this, or actually, they need to go out by the end of this week. And I am recording this on January 25th, so we've got about 2 more days to really get this dialed in and sent out to employees and contractors. And then tax time is starting. So all of the corporations and partnerships have to have their taxes in by March 15th. All individuals must have theirs filed by April 15th. Well, it's April 18th this year. So everybody's on the same deadline. It's one of the reasons I'm doing this video. So we want to make sure, as a business, we want to make sure that we are meeting our clients' expectations. But if those expectations are impossible to meet, then we just can't. So let's begin at the beginning. First, understand what you need. Do you need an accounting system that just tracks income and expenses? Do you have payroll? Do you have inventory? Do you need to do job costing? Do you have accounts receivable issues? Do you need help with accounts payable? Do you need to track all of this? Understand what you need first. If you know what you need, then it's much easier to set expectations down the line. And that, honestly, that's the biggest thing that we help clients with, is understanding what their needs are and helping to meet those. Second thing is to choose the right software. We're kind of biased. We are QuickBooks Pro Advisors Elite status. So we very much gravitate towards QuickBooks Online. The reason for that is it has all the features we need for most of our clients, almost all of our clients, and we are able to work remotely. We are able to put staff on an account or take them off, and the client doesn't necessarily need to know everything that goes on behind the scenes. In fact, we prefer that they don't. We don't want them to worry about it. It's our job to make sure the work is done accurately. So that's the first thing. Talk to your accountant, find out what software they use. We are certainly not in the business of putting round pegs into square holes, so to speak. We're not really interested in trying to force people into a specific software if that's not what they need. So you want to consider cost, ease of use. What does your accountant use? Customer service features when you're making your decision about software. And I strongly recommend that you let your accountant drive that. You need to set reasonable deadlines. Again, we are right now in the middle of the biggest deadline of them all, which is tax deadlines. And the sooner we know, first, we know what those deadlines are every year at tax time. But if something has come up in your business, you've got an offer on it, and you need to audit your books. You've gotten, you're going through a divorce, and you need everything double checked so that when you go to court, you can make sure that everything's just so. These are things we need to know almost the instant that our client knows, because we want to make sure that we can do everything that needs to be done in the books without sacrificing quality, without rushing, without sacrificing accuracy. We want to make sure they're right. It is to our benefit as a company to make sure that our clients' books are correct, that they're accurate, that they're complete. And in order for us to provide that service, we need to know about these deadlines the second they come up. Next day, it's probably not feasible. And keep in mind, life happens. That's one of the things I say all the time. Life happens. We have to deal, our staff is largely women. So we have to deal with, not that men don't deal with this either, but the bulk of it falls on women, rightly or wrongly. We have to deal with sick kids, sick selves, other clients. And I really hate bringing that up, but we do have to deal with other clients. We want to make sure that all of our clients are well served. We also have to deal with technology issues. It just happens that my almost new computer crashed last week, lost me a day of work. It turned out to be the solid state drive went out. And so I had to get my son over to diagnose. I used to be able to do this myself, but I can't anymore. My son came over to diagnose it, and then we had to go to Best Buy and get a new drive, and then we had to install the drive, and then reinstall Windows, reinstall all of the apps that I use. And while that was a fairly simple fix, it took a whole day. It just takes time. We've also had times when our internet provider has had an outage. We've had times when the power has gone out. So keep in mind, there are hiccups. Life happens. Other vendors, such as our internet provider, may not fulfill what we were expecting. And that's just something that's completely outside of our control. So we want to make sure we have enough time to deal with technology issues, personnel issues, all the things that can come up, meet your deadline, and provide quality, accurate, complete financials. So keep in mind, we try to establish reasonable deadlines out of the gate. Keep in mind a couple of things. One is other clients may have critical deadlines as well. And what we want to do is meet all of those deadlines without sacrificing any of them. So the sooner we know about a deadline that's come up, the sooner we all are. And keep in mind, next day is not feasible. I'm not even going to say may not be. It's not. Next day is not feasible. There just is no way. Understand your reports. This is the final thing. You want to make sure that when you go into the report section of your QuickBooks account, that you at least understand the major reports, the statement of cash flows, profit and loss, and balance sheet. And I say that keeping in mind that as part of my bachelor's degree, I took a whole course on understanding these reports. I took many, many classes that went back to understanding those reports. So if you don't understand them, don't feel bad or guilty or anything like that. Like I said, it took me 3 or 4 classes to where we went over those. But keep in mind that while these reports can provide valuable insights on how your business is doing financially, they can only provide accurate information if they're properly understood by everyone involved in their creation and use. So you want to take some time to thoroughly review them before you're relying on that information too heavily. If you don't understand your reports, give us a call, hire a bookkeeping or accounting firm such as Bookkeeping Made Simple, and we'll help you read and understand them. So as a small business owner, it's important to set realistic expectations when it comes to accounting systems and processes. Knowing what you need from an accounting system and finding the right software with reasonable deadlines can help ensure success in this area of your business operations. Also, understanding all of the reports generated by the system is essential for making informed decisions about where to go next with your business model or whether or not you need your strategies to change. And honestly, that's more important than ever with the economic situation the way it is, whether business is booming for you or not. So keep these tips in mind, and I hope that this helps you navigate the world of small business accounting a little bit more easily. Thanks, and I will talk to you again soon.